Hi again, round 2. Now we're talking about finding the area of a circle. If you're looking for area of a circle, you're going to take pi, which we use 3.14, and you're going to multiply it by the radius squared, which means the radius times the radius. So area equals pi times radius squared. So let's work through 2 example problems. The first of which is if you're given the radius. If you're given the radius, you are off to a really great start. So let's say we have a radius of 6 inches. We know we have the radius because it starts at the center of our circle and it goes out to one edge. Does not go all the way through, so it's only half the distance from the center to the edge of the circle. It's half the distance of the circle. Now we're going to use this in our formula. So we've got area equals pi r squared, where r is 6 inches. So we're going to plug that in. We're also going to substitute in 3.14 for pi. So area equals 3.14 times 6 squared. So that's where we're at right now. We know that 6 squared means 6 times 6. So I have area equals 3.14 times 36. And then in your calculators, once you solve that, you will end up getting that your area is equal to 113 400 inches squared, or 113.04 inches squared. And because we're talking about area, the entire space inside of this circle, we know we need to square our units because we are multiplying inches by inches. Right here, when we do 6 squared, that's 6 inches times 6 inches. So we had 6 squared, which means we have to keep that unit squared as well. So when you have the radius, this is what your work should look like. These are the number of steps you will take. If you are given the diameter of a circle, which would look like this, where you have a line that touches both edges, it goes all the way through the center of your circle. For example, let's say that this diameter is 10 inches. The circle is 10 inches across. So what we need to do when we have a circle that's given in diameter measurements, we need to actually find our radius. In order to find your radius, you're cutting your diameter in half, or we're going to divide it by 2. So if the diameter divided by 2 equals your radius, we're going to take 10 divided by 2, and we get 5. So our radius equals 5. That's step number 1 for us now. We're going to use this value for radius, and we're going to plug it into our formula for the area of a circle. So we've got area equals pi r squared, and that r is the 5 that we found. So we're plugging that in, and we're also substituting in 3.14 for pi. So area equals 3.14 times 5 squared. We know that 5 squared is 25. 5 times 5 equals 25. So we break this down to 3.14 times 25. And then in our calculators, we'll be able to solve this, and we would get that the area of this circle is 78.5, or 78 5/10, or 78 1/2 inches squared. And again, we need to make sure our units are squared because we're talking about all of the space that this circle would cover. And since 5 is what we're squaring, that's 5 inches times 5 inches, so we need to keep our inches squared. That tells us we're talking about area and not circumference. Thank you.